In the name of Almighty Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. As Muhammad, peace be upon him, narrated, if anyone travels on a road in search of knowledge, Almighty Allah will cause him to travel on one of the roads of paradise. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Tariq Masood. Thank you very much for watching my videos and your wonderful support to make this channel a grand success. We are a family, a partner. Please share and subscribe our channel if you have done so far. We as a team can work together to convert challenges into opportunities and opportunities into success stories. These success stories can be monetized into value addition in the world by large. Thank you very much for your precious time. Okay. Today we are going to discuss lecture number 2, Challenge for Organization Model, Customer Victory. Okay. Before my lecture, I used to read a Quranic verse. Qala Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli Allahumma Rabbi zidni ilma. O my Lord, open my chest and ease my task for me, and loose a knot from my tongue that they may understand my sayings. Allahumma Rabbi zidni ilma, O Allah, advance me in my knowledge and true understanding. Thank you very much for your precious time. Okay. Okay, topics in progress on a challenge for organization, customer victory, bureaucracy, Requiem for bureaucracy, change yes, but why? Okay, so we have planned to demonstrate here a challenge for organization already. Okay, so the change process. So the customer victory we have already started, lecture number 2. Now, what is the bureaucracies? The Requiem of bureaucracy. Change yes, but change what? Okay, so then we will discuss the change process, the review process, review of the pure reasoning, the frame of reference, the process from substance to problem, then the process from problem to priorities, the process from priority to the levers, and the implementation moment of the change. So that is, we have a plan to discuss. Now we are still discussing the customer victory. On later stage, we will discuss what is bureaucracy, Requiem of bureaucracy, change yes, but what changes needed. Okay. Okay. Challenge for organization, customer victory, lecture number 2. Today we have planned to discuss two topics from customer victory, from success product to success customer, hazards of segmentation. Later on, we will discuss how not to listen. Then case of British catering company, getting off the beaten track, how human resources management as an essential contributor to the customer victory. These are 4 more topics we will discuss next couple of weeks. Okay. So the from key takeaway points from lecture number 2, customer victory, local market, long-standing power passes. Okay. Okay, from success product to success customer. First, customer victory, simple or people, prospective, and then in the last drop of always little, more, which implies are asked to give and which is in fact always little less. Okay, the more fully comprehend what is a customer victory means in concrete day-to-day terms. Let's take an example. The example concerns a medium-sized town of about 20,000 residents located some 50 kilometers from Paris. 30 years ago, there was about many people, but in those days, a prospective car buyers in town had only one vendor to turn to, in this case, Renault leadership. When asked about the availability of an automobile, the dealer would explain that it was a difficult time to place an order, and dealer would explain that it was difficult to place an order, and after consulting his books and calling the manufacturer, would say that with little luck a vehicle could be brought in within 2 or 3 months, provided that the buyer was not to set a particular color or horsepower. The customer, delighted by such a good fortune, would have celebrated the event that every evening with friends and family. Along the same lines, Some readers might recall how difficult it was to come by tires even well after the end of the Second World War. Okay, from my next topic, we will further discuss how the local market responded on this act. Okay, the local market, aggressive campaign, prospect. Okay, today in very same town, there are 13 automobile dealers, each one fighting for a piece of local market through aggressive advertising campaign. Prospective buyer of the test drive a few models in early afternoon could easily be on their way home 2 to 3 hours later on never new cars. The detail of insurance and temporary registration all worked out, credit established in no more than 15 minutes and substantial reduction of the base price through into the market. Okay, so then furthermore, how the long-standing period could happen. Okay, French system as opposed to the adaptability. Okay, this is my third slide. We will talk about long-standing period. This is the revolutionary. We are moving from long-standing period in which what was the secret from the product, a period where what was the secret in the customers. This then what is happening? The scarcity relationship is being overturned with far-reaching consequences when the product was rare. It was costly, a classic economic observation. In fact, this cost lines involve three dimensions. The first, the price, of course, the quality in the most basic sense of the terms, that of the product, and but also in terms of quality in a more complex sense. That is the quality of the way the goods or services are produced and delivered to the customer. Here then is what was an interested in organization cost line. For it leads to a first observation which will be discussed fully in my next lecture. Organization cost line is the cost which a producer in superior positions requires that customer pay, permitting it the producers to maintain modes of functioning based on its own strategy. It owns how human or technical can stand. When on the other hand, the customer wins out and the scarcity relationship is reversed, power in the relationship is also reversed, and not just economic power as adjusted by Hammer and Champy power, a poor and simple or global power, if you will. Okay, so further, what is the power passes? Okay, in the power passes, the first power passes, the specific customer, bears and price, the bureaucracy in more detail. Although the observation that power passes from the hands of the producer to those of the customer is true, it's not very specific. Customer is victory, yes, victory over the producers indeed, but actually over the producer's process. The way in which the product is made and offered, and all that is tied to its terms of management of individual schedules, guarantees, status, etc., which bears a price, once again not only monetary but also in terms of customer convenience. Later on, as we have considered the nature of the bureaucracy in more detail, so we will be able to grasp more fully the after effects of the variability of the earthquake. Okay, so further we will discuss what are the hazards of segmentations. Okay, hazards of segmentation. First, organizations, and then we can notions of customer victories, organization react. It is worth mentioning here that some organizations actually weaken the notions of the customer's victory, especially those for which the victory bears the most severe consequences. The organization react by developing on the one hand a new functions, a kind of listening, a management program, one more vertical structures, and on the other yet more sophisticated additional marketing tools so as to keep tabs on the market. These reactions make it possible to work with virtual customers, customer who can be made to say just about anything through the manipulations of statistics and who therefore place a few real constraints on a business since they do not really exist. The religion of numbers of the quantities and statuses of the segmentation is moreover the target of growing criticism from all sides. Some point out the chronic inability of quantitative knowledge to comprehend the subtlety of the customers, their reality, satisfaction, and expectations. Even the complex evolutions of their way of the life and standard of living. Other wishes condemn the idea of tampering with the number and the dehumanized nature of the entire process. Beyond the rather emotional argument, Edgar Morrison makes it clear that the quantitative analysis takes the place of the real, ensuring the survival of bureaucracy. There is a deep politicization of politics, which self-destruct within the administrative structures, technical considerations, expertise, the economic and the quantifications, polls, and statistics. Okay. For the next step, we'll talk about ease as we realize. Okay. Ease as we realized, sophistications, analysis, probe the customer ability of the organizations. Number set as of more all ill at ease as realized that there is a little real connection between the sophistication of the tools of the analysis which are used to probe the customer and the ability of the organizations to satisfy them and gain their loyalty. We can even observe today that market segmentation as expressions which can be taken literally has led to the re-segmentation of organization built around categories of customer. This has developed just rigid as when segmentation was based on task as after another. Since customer now belong to the category, a category that is course of the stack to be able to make up in the count customer complexity, they are presumed to satisfy all because the organization has provided that category with a special division. It is trying to solve the problem by simply reworking structured puzzles. As we already pointed out, expected that the real problem has not been addressed. This was my last slide. Thank you very much. So from my next slide, we'll discuss what we have planned to discuss in my next topic. My last lecture. Today we have discussed customer victory, local market, long-lasting, power passes, and the hazards of the segmentation. Okay. So my next topic will be how not to listen. Okay. These are a few references. Management Challenge for 21st Centuries, The Next Frontiers, the Citigroup, John Reed, and the Allison Grounds, Essence of Decisions, the Bureaucratic Phenomena, and Actor and Systems. Okay. Together, everyone achieve more. Please do not hesitate to send me your feedback, comments at t.masood.dr@mouth.edu. Please stay at home, stay safe, inspired, and blessed.